They try to erase our science, our history, our story, destroy records of our knowledge, our philosophy, our legacy. But this time around, Mali is proving that history cannot be easily buried. You cannot bury history, it will find its way out. In West Africa, the ancient city of Timbuktu was one of the world's great center of knowledge. As at the 13th century, it housed scholars, poets, scientists, philosophers who wrote and preserved manuscripts written in Arabic, Songhai, and different languages. These texts, that's this manuscript, covered a wide range of subjects, from mathematics to ethics to astronomy to medicine to governance to literature to theology, you name it. I mean, we were intelligent. Africa had a large number of educated elites. We were knowledgeable. We were intelligent. But when the Europeans came, what happened? While Europeans were struggling with the Dark Ages, Mali had libraries, advanced institutions, hubs where knowledge were freely exchanged. That was the Africa we had. But when the Europeans came, destruction, both physical and cultural, came with them. They destroyed manuscripts, destroyed libraries. They were interested in burying our culture, our history. They did not want us to know about it. They stole some of it. They buried some of it. They discarded some of it. They burnt some of it. But thankfully, this time around, after years of being buried, Mali has discovered ancient manuscripts. Let's watch the video.
Breaking news, my people. Mali has just discovered the 700,000 African books and manuscripts that has survived in the Timbuktu University. As you all know that when these Europeans came to Africa, they stole all our history books. They made sure that every library in Africa was taken away. But you know why? The reason why the Timbuktu University in Mali has so much history about Africa. You know the reason why? This is the country where the richest man in the history of the world, in the history and the present of the world, the richest man by the name Massa Musa lived. This was the greatest African black empire in Mali. So they have just discovered this book. Now, according to the discoverers, they say that in this book, it says that during the time when Europeans were still banning the witches, they say that Timbuktu physicians were performing eye surgeries. They said that during the time when Europeans were drowning in a plague, they said that Timbuktu scholars were writing advanced medical textbooks. In addition to this, they said that when Europeans thought that the earth was flat, the Africans were already mapping the stars. I don't know how you feel about this yourself, but as for me, I'm so happy, man. I'm so tired of studying the history that is.
At that point where the Europeans were raiding our libraries, discarding our history, our manuscripts, our texts, some of our guardians and scholars who understood the meaning of history preserved these manuscripts. They hid them. And now we get to read about history. We get to learn about history. We get to know of our own culture. Isn't that wonderful? Now, with this, you should know that Africa was a blessed continent and they could not take it. That was why they carried some of our manuscripts and texts away and they burned some. They could not bear the fact that we were intellectual. I mean, we were knowledgeable. We were elites who knew much about medicine, astronomy, who knew much about literature, who knew much about the things they didn't even know. They were so, they felt inferior and then they resorted to burning and discarding these historical books. Thankfully, they are out and they'll be coming out that way. Little by little, we get to discover the beauty in our culture. What do you have to say about this story? Day by day, things are coming to light. Our eyes are being opened to see different things on a daily. And now we know that Africa isn't small. The colonizers made us think that way. What do you have to say about the story? Comments below and do not forget to share, like, subscribe, and turn on your notification button. My name is Lynient Akotonou.